In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, every one of us have the goals. Every one of us have the we have set certain destinations for us. We do have certain plans for our life. We want to achieve something. We want to reach something. We want to make ourselves known to the world, to the people around us. Whatever, there are certain other things as well, and that is all fine, unless and until it is, as long as it is ethical enough, as long as it is morally okay. Whatever kind of destination and goal you have set for yourself, that is really fine, and it is the sign of life actually. If at all we do have the goals, that is this means that we are alive. If at all we are working for our goals, that is even fine. It means that we are not only alive, rather we are more than alive. And not only that we are spending the time, rather we are trying to live. We are trying to live like the successful and like the happier people. Dear friends and fellows, that is something really, really, really essential. And now, as far these goals and plans are concerned, obviously we want to achieve that. Some of the people are simply desiring and wishing, and they are just dreaming, which is obviously the first step of achieving the goal. But it is not the only one. We need to work upon it. We need to keep making efforts, and we need to keep struggling, because every achievement and every big every big success, big or small, it depends upon the struggle, upon the work, upon every sort of work, from the dreaming, from the visualizing, from the imagining, to the field work, to put ourselves in the arena, and to take the initiative and to start our planned struggle, not just a random work. As for the people who are doing the random work, even they are better than those who are not doing anything else. But if somebody is, working in a coordinated manner, in a well planned and well thought out plan, according to this mean, that this person is going to get better results against their struggle, against their work. Now there are certain hurdles, there are certain problems and troubles which are there, lying between us and our destination, and we need to remove those struggles. We need to overcome those troubles and problems. Now, as far these hurdles are concerned, some of these hurdles are not lying in our own hand, rather these are in the hands of some of the people. There are people who are creating the troubles, and there are people who are creating the problems on our way to success. And there are certain other things which are lying in our own hands directly. We are not dependent upon other people at all, rather we do need to do certain things ourselves on our own, and that is how we will be able to remove these hurdles and these troubles from our way to success, from our way to reaching the destination. Dear friends and fellows, there are certain things which are very obvious and very apparent as per these troubles, as far these hurdles are concerned. The hurdles and the troubles which lie in our own hand, which are self created. First of all, there is one thing that I can't do, that means psychologically weak, mean keeping ourselves in a disempowered mental state. Keeping ourselves in the disempowered mental state mean lacking the confidence, thinking that I can't do that, I will not be able to do that, because this is something which is too much difficult. Once we call it something very difficult, it does become very difficult indeed. Whatever we are expecting, it will appear and it will materialize. It is a closed loop. I am unable to explain it fully, But let me assure you of one thing, that if at all we are thinking that I can do that, it will become relatively easier for us to do that. And if at all vice versa, if at all we do think that I will not be able to do that, it will become really difficult for us to do that really. So for that reason we need to develop a kind of self confidence. I'm not suggesting that we need to have a blind self confidence and we don't need to prepare. Definitely we do need to prepare. We do need to prepare, and we do need to prepare in every sense to make it even easier for us, to make it even more and more feasible for us. But from the very beginning, we should be of the view that I shall be able to do that. I shall be able to prepare it on the paper. I shall be able to prepare it inside my mind first, and then I shall be able to implement the plans I have developed for the achievement of this goal. And ultimately, it would mean that I could do that. I can do that. Being confident enough. Self confidence actually it is the first and the foremost thing we need to do. Number one. Number two, we need to overcome all the fears. All the fear. There are fears, there are phobias, and there are certain other psychological troubles lying on our way to success. We need to overcome these. How can we do that? How can we do that? We shouldn't be attempting to overcome these fears in a foolish manner. We don't need to become a senseless person at all. We do need to overcome our fears in an intelligent manner, in a sensible manner, in a well thought out planned manner. We need to do it a bit by bit, not suddenly, abruptly. Rather, we need to do it wisely. We need to keep doing it bit by bit. If at all you want to carry the big weight, you want to become a weight lifter, you need to carry the weight little by little, bit by bit, gradually. If at all you want to fight the people, you can start fighting the people. Take the easy task first. Then slightly, once you do start overcoming this sort of people, then take a little bit of more strong, slightly difficult step. The next step, you want to become a wrestler, you want to play. Obviously, you cannot start playing directly with the people who are the toughest in the arena, who are the toughest in the field, in the country, in the ground. You need to do it bit by bit. You want to walk 10 kilometers a day, but you can't start from the 10 kilometers from the first day. You want to run fast, you want to become a sprinter, you want to win the competition. Obviously, you need to prepare, you need to do it bit by bit. I was traveling in a public transport, and a policeman in the uniform used to travel in the same bus without paying the charges, without paying the fare. The conductor was very unhappy and very upset with this thing. He he assigned the task to another person who was a friend of him and traveling in the same bus on the same day to get the thing done and to take the fare from this policeman. This foolish guy went to that policeman and said very tough words, very tough and very unwise words to this policeman to get the fare. The policeman became angry and started fighting and beat him there in front of so many people. I am of the view he should have done it sensibly. He should have used the polite words and accent. He should have been more argumentative than being rude, and shouldn't have tried to seek the fare from this policeman. And from the very that day, rather should have been keep preparing him little by little, bit by bit. So that is how we can overcome the fears we are having in our mind. Don't be foolish at all, because being foolish will cost you very dearly, because you will not be able to continue your struggle. You might have to end it abruptly, and you will not dare to do it again. So please be very intelligent, be very wise, and do it gradually. Thank you. Jazakumullah khair.